grab your halter. Worried over there, Normie? Worried about your friend? Flip-flops. Usually I'm barefoot. Usually I'm barefoot. You're so sweet boy. I also do a lot of other things that you're technically not supposed to do with horses. Like go behind them. Look at that poor boy. Oh my God. Oh my God. So if you're new here, just absolute insanity has struck my home and my horses, and it's just wild. This is Normie. And Normie can sense that I'm like worried right now, and he's being overly Norman-ish. Yes, you are. You don't know what's wrong. What's wrong, Mom? What's wrong, Mom? I'm all right. I'm gonna slip on his halter over his fly mask. Oh. It's all right, Normie. What is Mom doing? I'm giving you a massage, buddy. Yeah, I don't, no one is for sale. My horses are like family. Nobody is for sale. Sorry, this is Miss Love. Or Lovey. Lovey, will you fix your fly mask, my dear? Here. And fix it. It's Lovey. There's Mr. Mo. He's getting seen by the vet in a few minutes. As soon as the vet gets here. Here, Mr. Gnome. Yes, they're my babies. So it is important to spend time with your horses and to know them. And today is a very good example of that. Immediately upon evaluating Moo walking this morning, I could see that his back end was off and that he's very weak. He's very weak and wobbling, and his feet aren't meeting correctly. He's very, very off in the way he's moving here. And I know that because I spend every single day with these horses and I watch them. And I can see that his entire back end is not correct. He's off balance. And so that is why we live in Minnesota. So that is why he is seeing the vet today. The vet, actually, I did an emergency call. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's not right. It's not good. And there's some other symptoms. So I did an emergency call to my vet. I'm currently waiting for my vet to get here and do an analysis on him because he is not well and it is progressively worsening and adding symptoms. And he was supposed to be seen on Monday, and I just said this morning, nope, I need a vet today, like stat. So they're sending one out right now. When you know your horses and you spend time with them, you can tell as soon as something's wrong. I mean, very quickly. Because you know their behaviors, you know the way they walk, you know the way they move, you know the way they communicate. And so when something is wrong, you can see it. Hey, Pickle. This is Pickle. So I'm at the vet's mercy, waiting for them to get here. Hopefully it's soon. They know it's an emergency, so I'm sorry, Moo, buddy. I'm sorry. Very, very uneasy back here. Legs are constantly crossing and just uncoordinated and like lifting too high and not, I mean, the list goes, it's just not correct. And maybe if you didn't spend a lot of time with him, you couldn't see it, but I see it. Like I'm absolutely, it's interesting because I came out at 6 this morning and I noticed it a little bit then. And from 6 till now, it's only 9. It's 3 hours later. I called the vet an hour ago. It's already progressively gotten more, he's gotten more unstable in the past couple of hours, which is just insane to me how quickly he has gone down. I just can't believe how unstable and how unsteady and how unbalanced he is, how quick. So I'm just like, the vet needs to get here because I'm kind of freaking out a little. Watching him try to move, it's not normal. Hi, baby. I know, you know something's wrong. He didn't fall. He didn't fall. He started quitting massively, which is when they chew food and wad it in their mouth. Very, very suddenly and a lot at a time. So I had an appointment for the vet to come. But then this morning I noticed he's off balance. There's something called EPM in horses. It is a parasite that's transmitted by possums. And if they come in contact with possum feces, it affects their neurological system, which is what I strongly believe is happening here. I don't know. I'm not a vet. I can't diagnose him, but the symptoms that he is currently exhibiting really point to that. And that's something it's hard to help. I live in the country and there's possums. The last horse I got, somebody just asked, why are all your horses sick? The other horse that I just had put down came from a kill pen and was missing a bunch of teeth, and unfortunately didn't have enough teeth to even chew food, and he was a huge draft horse, and there are things that happen. They're out of your control. I can't control if a possum walks through the field over there. You know what I mean? Your energy affects your horse, so calm down. Yeah, look at my horses. Look at how stressed they are. Look at how anxious they are. No, my energy does affect my horses, and I'm nervous right now. And my horses are reading my energy, and they're calm. They're meeting me where I'm at. I know my horses better than any of you do. And I'm not going to try to suppress the fact that I'm nervous and anxious, because they read my energy and they're here for me. Aren't you, buddy? Yes, you are. So no, I'm not going to calm down. Here we go again. See the crossing of the feet? He's imbalanced. He's trying to he's not correctly balancing. This is what it looks like. I'm showing this because I want people to see this. I've never had anything like this happen to any of my horses before, and so I want people to see this. If anybody is familiar with EMP, I would be curious to see what your experience was with it, because I have not dealt with it before, and that is what he's showing the symptoms of. More testing and the vet will confirm if that's what's going on here, but I'm not sure. Gretchen, we're going to say goodbye to you. Goodbye. You will not be missed. There she goes. Thank you, Efren. I appreciate it. It's very... horse ownership is not all butterflies and rainbows. Clearly, I'm on here. I look like garbage. I've been out with the horses since 6. Watching, getting my hold of my vet, and now waiting for my vet, making sure everybody's comfortable. It's not always easy. It's not butterflies and rainbows, and sometimes things happen that are out of our control, and the best we can do is to take care of them, which the vet's on his way. I don't know what else to say, I don't know what the diagnosis is going to be here. I don't know what it's going to look like. But being here with them, so they're not alone or by themselves, is important. Thank you, Sam's mom. Oh, yeah, Moo, you're just fake AI, buddy. Hey, Sam's mom, can I add you as a moderator? Would that be okay? I don't know if you know how to do that or if you would be willing to do that, but I don't have any of my awesome moderators in here right now. And so we've gotten some pretty rude, hateful, nasty-ish comments on here. So I would add you as a moderator if you would be willing to do that. Hi, buddy. puppers. Well, Lovey doesn't have any issues with eating. She's a good girl. Cooled down here. We're supposed to possibly get some rain today. It's definitely cooled down. Just watching these. Hey, puppers. How about you, girl? Puppers. So we are in Minnesota. It's Little John. That's a some nice hay you're wearing. How did that happen, little man? It's Little John. This is sweet Rosie girl. Hey, honey. This is Puppers. Puppers, these flies are just bothering you. Yeah, hey, girl. This is Normie. Mr. Norm. He's an Arabian. This is Lovey. Yep, so this is Minnesota. Southeast Minnesota. This is Mr. Moo, who is my current patient. Who will be seen by my vet today. Hopefully within the next like 10 minutes, because I am waiting and I am quite impatient for him to be seen. Hello, Lovey. Hello, Norm. So their eyes are covered. These are called fly masks. Here we have these little buggers. They're flies. And they buzz around the horse's eyes and their ears, and they bother them. They also bother them here as well. But I put fly spray on them to help there. But you don't want to put fly spray on their faces, on their eyes. So instead, we use this. It's called a fly mask. Lovey, do you not want to show off your fly mask? No, she wants to get rid of the dog. Okay. Hi, Moo. So it covers their eyes and their ears and their faces so that the flies can't bother them. So that is what the masks are for. I like to think they're well taken care of. I do my best. They're a big part of my life. And I like to spoil them, and thankfully there's a lot of people on my channel that also like to spoil them. So they are, I would say they are well loved. And they are quite spoiled. So actually I have two Arabians. This is Lovey. She came out of a kill pen. She's an Arabian mare. When I got her, she had a halter that was grown into her head. She's very head shy and very nervous. That's Lovey. The two minis here came from a kill pen as well. Rosie and Little John both came from kill pens. This is the other Arabian. He's my first horse. This is Norman. He's a 17-year-old Arabian gelding. And then this is Moo, and he came from a kill pen as well. He was an ex-Amish horse. And so yeah, those are my babies. He's a Rocky Mountain horse mix. He's kind of a mutt. He's a mix, but these two are Arabs or Arabians. She is very sassy. He has an incredible temperament, very calm. Yes, yes, yes. Horses are a lot of work. Oh, do you guys see Peter? They see my son. Hi, son. Hi, Mom. Yeah, they are. We keep a round bale in here. Honestly, I think a lot of the Amish people don't realize that the horses are going to a kill pen. People come by with a truck and say like, oh, we'll pay you this amount of money and buy your horses. And they're like, okay. And the Amish people sell their older horses, or they're overused or injured or really thin animals. And they don't understand that the place they're going to is no good. They just see it as a way of transportation and a way to get rid of the horses. I don't think a lot of Amish people realize they're sending their horse to a really bad place. They just send them away on these trucks because somebody came and offered, and Amish people don't have a ton of options for transportation. So if somebody comes and like offers, oh, we'll pay you $500, take the horse off your hands, we'll just load them up in this truck. And they're just like, oh, okay. They don't ask a bunch of questions. They probably don't have any idea what a kill pen even is. They're probably not educated on it because they're Amish. I'm sure they have no idea what a kill pen is and what the fate of their horse looks like. And so Lovey's an older horse. You wouldn't know when you watch her run and move. You would never ever know that she's an older mare. But she has quirks, and I can understand why someone just decided that they couldn't use her anymore and got rid of her, because she has quirks, but she is the sweetest horse. She is a sweetheart. She's a lot of fun to have. But I can see where somebody just decided, people just decide, oh yeah, we don't have time. Or like the halter was grown into her head, so she was very nervous about having her head and her ears and her face touched, which clearly you can see now that's not a problem. But it didn't happen like that overnight. I had to work with her. I had to work with touching her head and her ears. I had to work with getting a halter on her and getting her to trust me. But then once she did, she's such a sweet horse, and she's such a good girl, and she's very responsive. She's a very good horse. But yeah, it's very sad, and it's all different kinds of horses that end up in a kill pen too. It's not just thin ones. It's not just Amish horses. There's so many different horses that end up in a kill pen for so many different reasons, and a lot of people I don't think are even aware that that's what's happening to their horses. When you take horses to auctions, which a lot of people do, but when you take horses to auctions, there's a chance that there could be a kill buyer there that would buy the horse and end up flipping them, or you just never know. Even if you sell to a private party or a private person, some of those people are just flippers. And sometimes when people keep flipping horses, they can just end up in a really bad situation for no good reason at all. When I bail, I tend to take older horses, which leads to more problems. I like to rescue older horses that people just disregard because of their age, which means that a lot of times I inquire more problems because older horses obviously have more issues. But my heart is definitely drawn towards the older, less wanted horses, or horses with some kind of injury or some kind of problem, or horses that there's a reason they're dumped. Lovey Mr. Moo was pretty thin and old when I got him. He's still an old man. And then Rosie over here, very old, extremely thin, the little black and white, extremely thin and old, and needed some work. And then little John here had his feet in the back were grown out about 8 to 10 inches, and so my farrier had to work, and he's only 5 years old, but his little feet in the back were grown so far out that he could barely move. And now you should see him when he gets the zoomies. He like runs around this place like he owns it, and he can move good now. So he's the youngest horse I ever bailed at 5 years old. He's a fantastic little addition. But if you're new here, if you like the channel, it helps. I don't make a bunch off this channel, but any like participation helps me. BigJohnandFriends.org is the name of our website where you can read about all of my rescues. I do need to do some updating on there, but BigJohnandFriends.org is where you can read each of their stories. I think my vet might be coming. And if this is the vet, I need to go. Puppers, I have to put Puppers in because she doesn't necessarily appreciate the vet coming. She's pretty protective. Puppers is pretty protective of my horses. Come on, Puppers. She's pretty protective of my animals in general. And so, oh man. Come on, puppy. And so she doesn't much care for people touching them or looking at them. And I can't seem to convince her that the vet is supposed to do that. Come on, puppy. Okay, guess Daisy's going in there too. What are you talking about? They don't end up at kill pens by mistake. What are you talking about? They don't end up at kill pens by mistake. I'm not sure what you're getting at. I agree, Sam's mom. He was in rough shape. Yeah, thank you guys for the kind words. No, there's some horses that end up in kill lots completely because of just lack of knowledge and understanding and just wrong place, wrong time. Happens all the time. Horses end up in a kill pen. I've seen horses go through the kill pen that are beautiful. It just unfortunate circumstances. But I personally prefer to bail the ones that have some kind of problem. And that leads me to, at times, have to make really difficult decisions. The last one that I bailed out of the kill pen, we just put down this week. That's hard. It's unfair. You know, you do everything you can, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. And with that horse, his name is Phoenix, just wasn't in the cards. So Moo is from a kill pen as well. I've had him though for quite a while. I've never had any real serious issues with him, but he is the one seeing the vet today. This is Miss Love. I wish my vet would get here. Yeah, these people, there's a lot of, so let me tell you something about a fly mask, okay? This is Normie, and Normandy's a pretty sensitive Arabian gelding, okay? He's just sensitive in general. And this fly mask I bought off of S and Tack out of, their company's based out of North Dakota. Yep. And this costed me $12, okay? $12. So I put it on him, and if I don't put it on him, His eyes will have flies all over them. His ears will have flies and gnats in them. They'll start running and getting all goopy. You can risk infections. Flies transmit diseases. The horses are so irritated, they'll shake their heads. They get so incredibly frustrated because of the flies and bugs around them. So for $12 and every day, it's simple. I just pull it on over his head. It pulls on and off. It's easy to put on. This is such a simple solution that I don't know why, honestly, why anyone wouldn't use a fly mask for a horse. I know some horses are touchier on their heads, and some of mine are too, but this is one thing. Like Lovey, extremely sensitive around her head. I mean, she had a halter grown into her head, and she still allows me to put the fly mask on. Like, we built a good relationship, and now she understands I'm not trying to hurt her. She knows what the fly mask is, and she stands for me to put it on. She doesn't try to bolt or do anything crazy. She lets me put it on. And it's such a cheap, it's such an inexpensive, and sure, you have to buy a new fly mask or two every year, but it is such a simple thing. Yeah, I do love them. Lisa, you're dead on. I really do. This is my Normie. He's such a good boy. He's very emotional and sensitive. Yep, he's sensitive and emotional. Give him a kissy. You're such a good boy. He's such a good boy. But that is such a simple thing. And then on top of that, I make fly spray for them. It's a natural fly spray. And so I spray them each at least twice a day. I spray them down with fly spray. Now you'll see she's still switching her tail, even though there's not many flies on her. She's overly sensitive about the flies. So she's very, 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 very sensitive. So I try to really watch out for her, because she does not, the flies really, 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 really bother her. No, it's just such a cheap thing that you can do for them. And sure, I have to come out every day and put them on, or give them a break and take them off, because they don't, if you leave them on, they can get like sores from it rubbing. What's a kill pen? Glad you asked, Nathan. So here's what happens. I'm going to try to explain this the best I can, okay? Because I'm still learning. I'm still learning about what kill pens entail. So there's something called a kill lot pipeline. And what that is basically these horses that are abused, neglected, starving. Sometimes they're a horse that's just ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time and they look fine. All these different horses, okay? Sometimes they're at auctions and they don't sell, or they're at auctions and people buy them. It's the kill lot pipeline is full of greedy people trying to make money. They'll go to an auction, they'll buy a horse for $200. It's a really, a horse with issues, okay? It's a thin horse, something like that. They'll buy them for cheap. So at the end of auctions, horse auctions, they'll buy the cheap animals and then they'll try to resell them, okay? Now, at the border of Minnesota, or at the border of the United States and Mexico, it's illegal to inhumanely slaughter. So there's a slaughter price. So there's a price that people will pay, and they take the horses and slaughter them. And what happens is, really nice looking horses don't usually end up there, because somebody will buy them before they get there. But they can change hands many times before they get there. But what a kill pen is a place that will ship them to slaughter. Not all pens do that. Not all places do that. The one that I bail from absolutely will ship horses to the border to make money. So what they'll do is, what the one I follow does is, they'll list, like they listed her. She was thin. She still had sores and marks, and her head stunk like rotting flesh, because she still had all that going on up in her head. It was disgusting. She stunk so bad. My vet came and like shaved out a bunch of her fur because it smelled so awful. And it was so gross. And she was super thin. So what they do is they listed her for sale for cheap. She was $750 because she's cheap. Now, if she didn't, no one bought her, she could potentially ship to slaughter where they'll pay a price for her. And then, well, you guys want me to be like really, I can be subtle about it or I can just be blunt. I tend to be blunt in my life. Shipped to slaughter, they slit their throat and let them bleed out. And then they use them for whatever they use horses for in Mexico, which is inhumane things. So inhumane slaughter is legal in other countries, so they'll ship them horses by the semi-load and they'll go to slaughter. That's not the fate of all the horses. A lot of times they'll just change hands over and over and over. They'll go to auctions, they'll go to all these different things, they'll go to all these different places, and then ultimately the dangerous part of the shipping is they run into a lot of diseases. There's a lot of transmission of diseases through auctions and through having all these horses packed into, and some of the horses that are older or in poor condition, their bodies can't handle being moved that much. Trailering is very stressful for horses. So for kill pen horses, a lot of times the poor horses just can't, the older horses just can't handle the stress of being shipped and being in a trailer and being packed with other horses, and a lot of them just they can't handle it. So if they're in the kill lot pipeline for too long, some of them will pass. Ones that are weaker can't stand as well, sick, and they risk getting sick. So all these different, I hope I explained myself. Maybe I just rambled on for a long time, but it is a very sick, twisted. You guys know what puppy mills are? Everybody's heard about the puppy mills, okay? It's like a puppy mill. Puppers needs to be locked in. Good luck. Everyone knows what puppy mills are, so you can kind of compare it to like a puppy mill. It's a money-making thing because people make money off of flipping horses. People make money off of it. It's disgusting. And some of these horses end up in rescues, people that are officially rescues, or some of them end up with private parties, which is what we are. We are just a private party. We own some land. We have, I would say but I think my husband's coming along with me. I have a heart for horses, especially ones that no one else wants. For whatever reason, no one else wants to bail them because they're old, because they had a halter grown into their head, because they're spooky, because their hooves are grown out 8 inches and for her super thin and old. Those are the ones that I usually gravitate towards because they're the ones no one else wants. Why don't you guys just play outside? Okay, yep, just shut it off and say, yep, Mom said we're going to play outside now. It's a nice day. Yes, they do deserve a second chance. Will the vet check for nerve damage to teeth? Okay. The vet, I'm going to tell him everything that's been going on. But I'm not convinced on exactly what route he's going to take, given that not only is he quitting, but he is extremely unstable and unbalanced in his back end. Don't know if you can see this. Very wobbly in the back end. I think that's going to lead him to believe that there's a neurological problem, which is what I've already come to the conclusion. We're dealing with something more. See how his feet, he's not squaring them up and he's constantly crossing them. We're dealing with something a bit more than quitting at this point. I don't think it's a tooth issue. This horse has never had problems with his teeth. He has all of his teeth. He's not missing any teeth. They've always given him excellent care with his teeth. So I don't know if he'll go in his mouth and check, but I think given the fact that he's doing this and is having issues in his back end, I think they're going to be doing a lot of testing is what I think is going to happen. But I don't know. But I think we're going to be veering down the road of neurological problems instead of dental. That's what I believe. Oh, Teresa. Teresa, are you just jumping on, honey? There are so many things wrong. Puppy mills, flipping horses, the kill pens. It's such a massive problem. And it's so deep. It's so honestly, you guys, I'm gonna throw this out there. Like, it's like child trafficking. Honestly, like I hate to even bring that up because it's horrific and awful. It's making someone money, and people are greedy, and the world is evil. Like, I don't want to be that person, but that's the truth. Like, I don't want to say it, but that's the truth. The world is an evil place. It's a place where there are self-centered people who all it is about money. They don't see this as a soul. They don't see this as a living being. It is simply dollar signs. What could I make on that horse? They go to a sale. They don't see these poor horses. They see, what kind of money can I make? That is the sad, twisted, messed up, evil world we live in. Is that to a lot of people, and I'm not saying everyone, but to a lot of people, this is nothing more than a moneymaker, a machine, something to do work, something to use and then throw away. Very, very, very sad. So, Teresa, I don't know. Teresa, Moo was quitting heavily, and I called the vet to have him looked at, and they couldn't get out till Monday. And this morning I noticed he is off balance in the back end and very weak in the back end, and his feet keep crossing. Yes, no, I don't save them from kill pens. The horses that I have are in a pen that ships to slaughter. And so before they ship to slaughter, they offer the horse up if someone wants to buy it. The prices on the ones I buy are usually pretty low because the horses are usually in pretty bad condition. And that's where I come in. I pay the bail price and then get them out of the potential to go to slaughter. Now, other people could bail them potentially. Like other people do bail them. They can be bailed by private parties, they can be bailed by rescues, and they can be bailed by flippers who then will take the horses, buy them, fix them up a little, and then flip them and sell them to someone else. And when they come here, I just do my homework, and I aim to take care of them and keep them safe and loved. And that's my story on Mr. Moo and Miss Lovey. And my Miss Lovey. And my babies, Little John and Rosalina. Little John, say hi to everybody. Hi, baby. And we don't always get a perfect story. We don't always get great results. But whatever happens, when they're here, they're loved. When they're here, they're cared for. When they're here, they're looked after. When they're here, someone is always making sure they are cared for. When they're here, they learn what love is about. When they're here, they're fed. They're fed. They get food. They eat. They eat good. We make sure they're given very good care here and very, very loved. Right, Mr. Moo? And that is why Mr. Moo is seeing the vet today, because something is not quite right. So we have an emergency call in. It was just a call into my vet, and this morning we turned it into an emergency call because of his uneasiness in his back end. Thank you, old school. That's very kind. Hello, Robbie from Duluth. Yes, if you can like and subscribe, if this is your thing, if you enjoy horse rescue, because I will rescue again in the future. It's kind of my passion. But if you enjoy horses and rescue, like and subscribe. And if you want to check out my website, our website is bigjohnandfriends.org. And on there you will find my rescues and my story, and also an explanation of kill lots. And you'll find a wish list, because we spoil them, and we're helped spoil them, because we spoil them, but you guys spoil them. I have amazing viewers on this channel who have loved my horses and helped them tremendously, and we appreciate that more than you guys have any idea. On our website, you can donate if you want to. You don't have to. But coming up, we got to buy about 25 round bales for the winter at $100 a pop. It's expensive. But we buy very good quality hay. We buy from somebody local, and they have a really, really, really good quality. I mean, very, very good quality hay. So we don't cut corners with them. We try to give them you know, when a horse has been in a kill pen, you know that they have not necessarily had, you can assume that they haven't necessarily had they haven't had a fair shot. So for a lot of these guys, this is their retirement, and they do so much, and I want to give back to them. You guys help me do that. They deserve to have some peace in their life, honestly, and that's what we're about here. It's very peaceful. They get pasture twice a day. They have water. They have a mineral block, a salt mineral block. They have a hay. They have shelter with a fan. We, as well as you guys, people who've donated, we try to give them a good retirement home where they can be what they're meant to be, where their personalities can come out, where they feel safe, you know, safe and loved, and have some peace in life. Gosh, they're all very calm right now. We're from Minnesota. Thank you, Timothy. I appreciate the kind words. So bigjohnandfriends.org is our website. If you would like to go read more about our rescue, I have a tab for each of my rescues where you can read about their story, what brought them here. Each horse, when they're in a kill pen, has a tag. So my slogan is one tag at a time. And I rescue one tag at a time. So far, we've bailed 7 tags from the kill pen. And that's a low number because I only plan to rescue more. I don't really ever plan to buy a horse off of anyone again. I plan to rescue for the remainder of my time with horses. I plan to pull from kill pens because that's definitely where my heart is. So here's Mr. Moo. I know, Moo, buddy. Don't worry. I just wish the vet would get here. The vet apparently had another emergency call this morning, so he was on that call, and so I just have to wait because I can't make it happen any faster than what it's going to be. Here's Miss Love. And it helps a bit to pass the time by just chatting with you guys and showing you the horses, sharing a bit. Kind of helps pass the time. Thank you for that, Mr. Moo. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, it is awesome, and Jones. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Like and subscribe only if this is your thing. You know, for some people, horses really are not their thing. For some people, like rescue isn't their thing. Um, and honestly, I wouldn't expect anybody to subscribe if this isn't something that you're interested in. But if you enjoy like watching the progress, following a story, whether that story ends in complete triumph or just having to put a horse at peace, which I just did this week, whatever it entails, if you enjoy following those stories for horses, this channel's the place for you. We have a great community here of people who pop on the lives, and I've learned a lot from people. There's also plenty of ways that you can support if that's your heart. You know, if that is where your heart is. We have a website, bigjohnandfriends.org, and you can go on there and you can support a specific horse if you want to, or you can donate through the wish list. We put just like supplies and things on there periodically that we need for the horses, and people have been beyond generous in donating there. You can put a general donation where right now anything that goes into a general donation is probably going to be used for our hay bale, because our hay bale is going to be massive. But we also use it, like, we got a donation, we used it to buy a new we need a new water tank, fencing, like everything costs money to upkeep here. And so people help out. Like, I can't even tell you guys, like this mini shelter over here, it's an awesome mini shelter that my husband built, but he couldn't have built it if we got a amazing donation from one of our viewers. And so I'll show you guys this, since I have time. I'll run in and show you guys this beautiful shelter. Water tubs, hay nets. You guys have been overwhelmingly supportive. We've got water tubs here, hay nets. Hey babies, this is Miss Rose. This is Little John, but this is our shelter that someone donated. Christina donated to us, and both of the minis have a little spot in here. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's great. In the summer, they have used this a whole bunch. There goes Little John. They're going to check if there's food. Rosie gets soaked food every morning. Little John always has like one little bite. I didn't get your food yet, honey bun. I didn't get it. It's not in there yet. It's not in there yet. I'll get it in a minute, guys. So this amazing, you guys are so cute. You guys are so cute. So Rosie had worked her life for the Amish. She had foundered. They didn't want her anymore. She got dumped. So we got her out, and this is Little John. He was super, super fat, and his back feet were overgrown massively. So my farrier has worked on that and got him straightened out. They're sweet little ponies. Come on, baby. So as you can see, he's still working on losing some weight. And she is working on putting on weight. And we're doing our best to accommodate. So let's see here. I'm gonna go. So I don't keep any. All my male horses here are geldings. Little John is a gelding. Moo is a gelding. Norman is a gelding. And then I have the two mares, which are Rosie and Lovey. I do not believe in keeping a stallion around at all. Nope. Unless you're like a professional breeder and know what you're doing, absolutely not. All my horses are gelded. Yep, nope. All my horses are gelded. Yes, you are, Mr. Nomi. But it is getting, actually starting to get very humid and hot out here. We got this. We're taking out the trolls. Yeah, I have some fantastic moderators. I don't know what's been going on lately. I think not all my viewers are getting my notifications for going live, because usually I have like 10 fantastic moderators in here, and lately that has not been the case. So I don't know what's going on. I think YouTube is being a little goofy, but I'm actually gonna pop out of here because I'm gonna go get something to drink before my vet gets here, which is hopefully soon. I'm guessing the other emergency is taking a while, and so all I can do is wait. So wait I will. Same here in Duluth. Ooh, yeah, it's just starting to get hot. Yeah, the mods here are fantastic. I appreciate them. They're really good. They're really good. They're really good. There have been, but with numbers higher, when you get up to 100 viewers or whatever, you know, with higher numbers, it just means there's more people, there's more opinions, and more trolls. So I'm gonna take a couple deep breaths, go get something to drink. I will keep you guys posted on what the vet finds for Mr. Moo. But thank you guys. Thank you for praying. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I'll keep you guys posted.